The Straw Hat Pirates are a powerful crew. They always come out on top. They beat Kaido and Big Mom and escape the 5 Elders on Egghead. The rest of their journey is not going to be smooth sailing, so today we are going to give every Straw Hat a new ability or devil fruit to make them one of the strongest crews, if not the strongest crew in the whole entire show. First, we're giving basic hockey to any Straw Hat who doesn't have it yet. Starting off, we're going to be talking about Usopp. He's a part of the weakling trio on the crew, and he just simply hasn't had many feats since Dressrosa, aka whenever Obama was in office. And I'm gonna give him the Force Logia Devil Fruit. During the time skip, Usopp got very familiar with plants and even uses them as his ammo. This would give him infinite ammo. This fruit can also heal you, and that is really good for Usopp, knowing he's always getting hurt. I also think if he wasn't so negative towards himself and built up his self-confidence, he'd be a better sniper and accomplish his dream of becoming a brave warrior of the sea. The next Straw Hat that we're going to be talking about is Nami. Nami can read the weather, and lightning is all a part of her attacks, so we're gonna give her the Gura fruit. This devil fruit has insane attack power, and it would make her a Logia, and so she wouldn't suffer as much damage as she usually takes in battle. This fruit would also make it so she doesn't need Zeus or the climb attack. I'd rather enhance her abilities with this fruit rather than give her climb attack or Zeus a devil fruit. With Nami having this power instead of the 1000 Sunny using Koa for the coup de burst, they could use Nami's Gura fruit to charge the burst and get away. Now let's move on to Tony Chopper. With him having basic hockey and already having a devil fruit, I don't really know what to give him. Then a light bulb appeared above my head. I could give him the 6 powers. This would give Chopper a huge boost in power to his defense and offensive capabilities. I think this would enhance all of his points and make his monster point more destructive in battle. The next Straw Hat that we're going to be talking about is Brook. I don't really know what ability to give him, so we're going to give his sword a devil fruit. His sword is going to eat the horse fruit model Pegasus. Turning a sword into a winged horse sword would perfectly mirror Brook's Soul King aesthetic. In mythology, Pegasus is a divine creature that guides souls and acts as a muse for music and poetry, making it a flawless poetic match for a musician. We are also going to awaken Brook's devil fruit. We don't know what his awakening is going to be, but I think it will make it so he can control more powerful souls and creatures. Let's talk about Frankie. Frankie is pretty strong already, but there is one huge weakness about him, and that's his back. His back is the only part of him that's human. If his enemies found out about that, it would put him at a huge disadvantage. There's a couple other options I thought about giving Frankie, like Kuma's Pawpaw fruit or Baby Five's Arms fruit. But this video is about making all the Straw Hats stronger offensively and defensively, so I'm going to give him Josu's Diamond fruit. This fruit has insane defensive capabilities. This fruit and Hockey combined, no one is going to be able to damage Frankie. Josu even blocked one of Mihawk's attacks, and this was before Hockey was really introduced as a main feat in the story. I think this fruit is a perfect fit for Frankie. It makes it so he's not so vulnerable to his only weakness. But let's talk about the archaeologist of the crew, Nico Robin. With her having basic forms of hockey, now we are going to give her Rio and Future Sight and the 6 powers. She would fully live up to her nickname as the Demon Child. The possibilities with her fruit and these abilities are just endless. Just imagine a giant fist with Rio. She could have the capabilities of one-shotting some of her weaker future opponents in the story. The next Straw Hat that we're going to be talking about is Jinbei. We are going to give him the Swim fruit. I think this will work great with his Fishman karate, making it so he can use his Fishman abilities to the fullest on land. Since he also has hockey, we are going to give him Future Sight and Rio also. I think Jinbei could awaken this devil fruit. With it awakened, he could summon tsunamis and throw his opponents off balance or off guard. Now let's talk about the left wing of the future Pirate King, Sanji. Sanji has a lot of really good feats. He has the 6 powers and basic hockey. If we were to give Sanji an upgrade, I'd give him all 3 awakened types of hockey. Before the Sanji haters comment, hear me out. Sanji needs Conqueror's Haki for Luffy to become the Pirate King. Sanji is also from a royalty bloodline that made Sanji and his siblings with the intent to conquer. He's going to awaken it in Elbaf with the help of Scopper Gaban. I'm calling it right now. With that out of the way, we're also going to give Sanji a devil fruit. I'm giving him Kizaru's Glint Glint fruit. As a martial artist specializing in kicks, giving him Kizaru's light-based Logia powers would maximize his strengths and compensate for the few weaknesses that Sanji has. This would also open Sanji to having some long-ranged attacks because all of his abilities require him to be close range. With this fruit, he can literally move at light speed itself, and that's why I think that this would be a perfect fit for Sanji. Now that we've talked about the left wing of the future Pirate King, let's talk about the right wing of the future Pirate King. If you don't know who I'm talking about Zoro. I honestly don't think that Zoro needs a devil fruit, but there is one devil fruit that recently got introduced in One Piece, and it's the dog fruit model Cerberus. I think this fruit makes a lot of sense because it has 3 heads and Zoro has 3 swords. This would also make sense to Zoro's new nickname that he got in Wano, the King of Hell. In Greek mythology, Hades' guard dog, which is named Cerberus, is the guard dog of the underworld to prevent the dead from escaping and the living from entering. I think that this fruit ties a lot into Zoro's character and would make him a lot stronger. To pick a sword that would inherit this fruit, it would have to be Sandai Kitetsu because that's a cursed sword and it has a dark aura. Just like the devil fruit, they both have dark auras. Finally, for the Captain Monkey D. Luffy, I'm not really sure what upgrade to give him considering he is one of the strongest characters in the anime. I think a impactful upgrade would be mastering Gear 4 and Gear 5 so he can use them for longer periods of time, or even a final transformation like Gear 6. We are also going to give him another upgrade to his Haki to be able to defeat Emu and the 5 elders. He needs to find a way to disable Emu's dark magic from summoning them and disable the regeneration of all the top authorities in the world government. I think those 3 things will help him when he eventually fights Emu and other endgame opponents. What do you guys think about these upgrades to the Straw Hat Pirates? Do you think they would be the strongest crew in One Piece? Or do you think there are better abilities we could give the crew? Well, let me know down in the comments. If you're still watching and like One Piece content, drop a like and a sub if you're feeling generous. A sub would really help out the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.